Welcome to today's English listening podcast. This is the place where you can relax, listen, and learn English naturally, just like you're listening to a story. Whether you're at home, walking outside, or even doing your chores, just put on your earphones and let English flow into your ears. In this episode, we're going to follow a peaceful and simple story, A Day at the Park. You'll hear clear and slow English, perfect for beginners and intermediate learners who want to improve their listening skills. As always, we'll use everyday vocabulary, simple grammar, and real-life situations to help you understand and enjoy the language. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready to listen. This is your time to learn, to improve, and to enjoy English. Let's begin. A day at the park. It was a bright and sunny morning. The sky was blue. The birds were singing in the trees. Sara decided to go to the park. She wanted to take a walk, enjoy the fresh air, and feel calm. She put on her sneakers, grabbed her water bottle, and left her apartment. The park was not far. It was only a 10-minute walk from her home. As she walked, she looked at the flowers on the side of the road. Some were red, some were yellow, and some were pink. Everything looked so colorful and peaceful. When Sara arrived at the park, she saw many people. Some were walking. Some were sitting on benches. Some were playing with their dogs. A few children were laughing and running near the playground. The park was full of life and energy, but it still felt peaceful. She chose a quiet path with tall trees on both sides. The leaves moved gently in the wind. Sara could hear the sound of birds and the crunch of the path under her feet. She walked slowly and took deep breaths. While walking, she saw an old man sitting on a bench, reading a newspaper. A young couple was sitting on the grass, talking and smiling. A woman was jogging with her headphones on. Sara smiled. She felt happy to be surrounded by people who were enjoying their day. After a while, Sara found a bench under a big tree. She sat down, drank some water, and closed her eyes for a few seconds. She listened to the world around her, the wind, the birds, and the quiet voices of people talking in the distance. It felt like the perfect moment, a friendly conversation. After resting for a while under the big tree, Sara opened her eyes and stretched her arms. She looked around and noticed someone sitting on the bench nearby, a woman about her age, reading a book. The woman looked up and smiled. Sara smiled back. "Hi," said the woman.
Raplia Sara warmly.
"That looks like an interesting book." "It is," the woman said. "It's about traveling and meeting people in different countries. I love reading about new places." Sara nodded. "I love traveling too. I haven't been to many countries, but I enjoy learning about different cultures." The two women started to talk. The woman introduced herself. Her name was Lena. She had just moved to the city a few weeks ago and didn't know many people. Sara felt happy to meet someone new. They talked about their favorite books, the weather, and places they wanted to visit. Lena wanted to visit Italy and eat real Italian pizza. Sara said she dreamed of seeing Japan during cherry blossom season. Their conversation was natural and friendly. They laughed, shared stories, and found many things in common. People walked by, birds flew overhead, but for a moment, it felt like the park had paused, just for their conversation. "I'm glad we talked," said Lena. "Me too," replied Sara. Sometimes the best moments come when you don't plan them. They exchanged numbers and promised to meet again. It was a simple moment, but it made Sarah's day feel brighter. As the sun moved higher in the sky, Sara stood up, waved goodbye to Lena, and continued her walk through the park, now with a smile and a new friend. A simple act of kindness. As Sara walked through the quiet paths of the park, her thoughts were full of joy. She had come out for some fresh air and ended up meeting a new friend. The trees swayed gently above her, and the air smelled fresh after a morning breeze. But something else was about to make this day even more meaningful. A few minutes into her walk, Sara saw a little boy sitting on the grass near the edge of the path. He looked worried and was holding a small backpack tightly against his chest. His face was red, and he looked like he had been crying. Sara walked over slowly and bent down to speak softly. "Hi there, are you okay?" she asked gently. The boy looked up with wide eyes and shook his head. "I can't find my mom," he whispered. Sara immediately sat next to him and said, "It's okay. You're not alone. I'll help you find her. What's your name?" "Adam," he replied, still nervous. "Nice to meet you, Adam." "My name is Sara," she said with a smile. "Do you remember where you last saw your mom?" Adam pointed toward the playground in the distance. "Let's go check there together," said Sara, holding out her hand. Adam hesitated for a moment, then held her hand tightly. They walked together toward the playground, slowly looking around. Sara kept talking to him gently, telling him he was brave and everything was going to be okay. Soon, they heard a woman shouting, "Adam, Adam." The boy's face lit up. "That's my mom." He ran toward her, and the woman quickly hugged him tightly with tears in her eyes. She looked up at Sara, full of relief. "Thank you so much," she said. "I was so scared." Sara nodded kindly. "He's a smart boy." He stayed calm and asked for help. As Sara walked away, she felt something warm in her heart, a deep kind of happiness that only comes from helping others. She thought to herself, "Today I made a new friend, shared a real conversation, and helped someone in need." All of that just from going out for a walk. Conclusion: a day to remember. As the sun began to set, the sky was painted in soft shades of orange and pink. Sara walked back home, her steps lighter than they had been in the morning. It had been just another ordinary day, or so she thought when she left her apartment. But in the end, it became a day filled with moments she would never forget. She had started with a simple walk, needing a break from her daily routine. But along the way, she opened her heart, listened to a stranger, made a new friend, and offered comfort to a lost child. These may seem like small things, but to Sara, they were powerful. She realized that life isn't always about big achievements or perfect plans. Sometimes it's about the quiet kindnesses, the unexpected smiles, and the conversations that make you feel heard and seen. She didn't plan to make someone's day better. She just stayed open, present, and willing to help. And maybe that's what we all need to remember. You don't have to travel the world, win a prize, or become famous to have a meaningful life. Sometimes you just need to be kind, to listen, to help, to show up. As Sarah sat near her window later that night, sipping tea and watching the stars, she felt something she hadn't felt in a while. Peace. She wasn't thinking about what she didn't have or what she needed to fix.
She was thinking about people.
About connection. About how a small act can make a big difference. So, dear listener, wherever you are, remember this. Every day is a chance to listen. Every moment is an opportunity to care. And even in the smallest things, you have the power to change the world around you. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, share it with someone who might need a little inspiration, and remember, the most beautiful stories are often the ones we live every day, quietly, kindly, and with love. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep being human.